Thank you very much, Aaron. I very much enjoyed your hosting today. It was very relaxing being in my seat. A lot less crazy. But yeah, so next Monday, it's going to be very much the same, but completely different topics, the same experienced individuals to kick off the week. As mentioned, we got some very experienced people to discuss basically the economy and where everything's going. And I would like to turn the opportunity for people to start thinking about questions now so that we can make it as applicable as possible for next week. Brendan, do you want to run through who we've got with us?
Thanks, Jack. So in terms of who we've got next week, so delighted we've got Gavin Gallagher, who we've heard from earlier. First time we've had Stephen Johnson do a panel session from Lendwell. He founded Shawbrook. Daryl, are you still on the call?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say a little bit about Stephen Johnson in just a moment or two, because you know Stephen a lot better than I do. Adam Lawrence, many of you have come across Adam, and Manish Kataria. Daryl, a few words about who Stephen Johnson is. So for our viewers listening to this video tomorrow or late in the week, Stephen Johnson founded Shawbrook, or co-founded. Let's just move over to yourself, Daryl, for just a few moments. I can't see you on the screen, but the key thing is people know that Lendwell is there. There you are, Daryl. Not hiding completely, but on my screen you were. So a little bit about yourself, Daryl, or Stephen Johnson.
Yeah, so I've worked with Stephen for a number of years. I met him when I joined Shawbrook Bank. At that point, he was the deputy CEO. So he's got a really interesting background. So Stephen and his dad, who's sadly passed away now, but the family business really is building lenders. So before the credit crunch, they built a business called Commercial First, which was doing commercial mortgages, funnily enough, that the high street banks introduced to them and funded. That business kind of phased out over 08, over kind of the recession, but he kept a kind of core team together, around a dozen people who were part of that business. And then there was the opportunity to buy a banking license in 2011. So Stephen kind of headed up a small team. They set up Shawbrook Bank, started from a standing start of zero really, and built that into the business that it is today. So it floated on the stock market in 2015. So he led it through the IPO. It then is the only UK bank that has been taken back off of the stock market once going on there. So that happened in 2017, where two PE firms bought Shawbrook for the small sum of 900 million, just a bit of pocket change for everyone, I'm sure. And Shawbrook continues to trade, obviously, really well to this day. And then last year, Stephen had the idea of doing something different, a little bit less corporate, and set up Lendwell. So there's a small gang of us who are part of the management team at Shawbrook that started lending just before Christmas with absolute impeccable timing. And then just to add to that, which I thought was sort of made Stephen equally relevant for next Monday, is that his background is actually as an accountant. So he worked for KPMG. So he's absolutely relishing it, the economic discussion to come.
I thought he's relishing Monday morning. Hopefully, just after 10 o'clock, we're going to have the panel session. We're going to hear from our sponsors again. We haven't heard from Paul too much today. We're going to hear from Paul Pinder, Ronald Fletcher Baker on the 11th of May. He's on the Build to Rent panel. Paul, did you want to say any final words about the Build to Rent panel? Just a little bit about your experience. You're one of the partners at Ronald Fletcher Baker. Your experience on Build to Rent?
Yeah, no, Build to Rent I've done quite a lot of over the years in terms of the structuring of how those things get put together, what you want to be looking at in terms of your property portfolio, and in terms of the different structures you can put, whether you're looking to buy it to keep it, obviously you will be, and how you then look at whether or not you've got an exit strategy at the very end. You always have to look at how you invest, how you keep that going forward, and what you look at going out the other end. Ronald Fletcher Baker, we've got great experience in terms of residential build to rent expertise. So there's a lot of us in the office who can deal with those things. We've got a big team in terms of property litigators. There are about 8 of us now, I think. There's 3 partners and 5 associates. So, and then we've got the wider property team as well. who are there to assist. So there's quite a number of people spread across our 3 offices in the UK. So we've got Manchester, 2 offices in London, 1 in Old Street, and the other one which is over on Baker Street.
Look, so that's on the 11th of May. I know
Yeah.
Jack's a bit upset with me because I've got 11 people on the panel that particular morning. Not 11 people. Jack would definitely be upset with me. 6 people I've got on the panel that morning. It's just I wasn't expecting all of them to confirm and say yes, to be fair. But that's the way it is. So look, for those listening at later time, feel free to check my website, bequinevents.com, with details about the Monday morning session.